Another day, another edition of Insight here on Zodiak. My name is Teresa Temweka Ndanga, your usual host. And today we have a really exciting guest, Chanel Zimbiri, former First Lady, who is now MP in one of the constituencies in Balaka district. She has an interesting life. One, she's a female lawmaker. And two, being a former First Lady, she lived a life in State House. And now she is living her life in the village in Balaka district. We would want to talk about her life as a lawmaker, how she thinks she is performing, and of course, comparison with this life, between this life and that of State House. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
So, first of all, talk to me about your journey as lawmaker. It's now going to be 2 years being in this office. How has it been?
First of all, thank you for having me here. My journey as a lawmaker has been a very interesting one. I'm enjoying doing it, but it has some challenges. But in each and every journey on this earth has challenges, but I'm coping.
Good.
Yeah.
How did you decide to run for public office being a lawmaker?
I decided to run to become an MP because of the pressure from the people. They asked me, they kept on asking the local villagers, the chiefs, just the local people. They asked me to be their MP. So at the end of the day, I accepted. Yeah.
And you ran as an independent candidate. Why didn't you want to join any political party?
It's because of the people. They said they have tried members of parliament who belong to different political parties, and they wanted to see difference. Mm. If they can vote someone who doesn't belong to any party, the people think that maybe the pressure from political parties make the MPs maybe to be a bit occupied. Mm-hmm. So they wanted somebody who is independent.
So probably that is why you have stayed as such, despite other MPs, independent MPs, joining political parties now. So you wanted to remain independent, and you remain as such, right?
I will remain as such because that's what the people who voted me into office want. Mm-hmm. They have said it repeatedly that stay where you are, be independent. We are happy the way you are. So I'm just following what they have asked me to do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think people really wanted you to run for public office? You're saying this came from the people themselves. Why do you think such was the case?
I think they had trust in me. They were remembering how I performed when I was First Lady of Malawi, and they kept on referring to that. So probably that's why they asked me to do that. And on top of that, I live amongst them. I live in the village. The people always complained that when one is elected, they leave the village and they stay in town. And the people have or had that trust that I will stay in the village. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So your position as or your status as being a former First Lady, do you think that somehow helped you in winning the election?
I cannot say it's because I was the First Lady, as per se. I don't think so. You can be a First Lady, and the way you relate to the local people can make the people to like you or dislike you. So I don't think particularly it's this first leadership that prompted them to put me into office. No.
So for the past, you'll be clocking 2 years now in office. What development activities are taking place in your constituency?
I'm proud to say I've done quite a lot. With CDF, Constituency Development Fund, we have done a lot. Like we have done bridges, we have rehabilitated schools, we have rehabilitated boreholes, and apart from that, I'm in good terms with local NGOs. There are a lot of them, and they have done a good job under my leadership as Member of Parliament. Like we have, they have built quite a number of school blocks. Yeah, I can mention a few. We have in Palula, we have one called Monekera School, Mlambe School, Chikubwa School, Chitsa. In all those schools, we have new school blocks, and those have been built by an NGO called Build On. Yeah, it involves the local people to do their part, and they provide like cement, malata. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
And on boreholes, we are lucky that we have in my time we have 49 new boreholes. 15 were done by Cadecom, and they invite me. We work together, and the rest were done by World Vision. Yeah.
What would you say are the needs of your constituency right now? I heard you in Parliament recently where you talked about, for example, irrigation, and you were appealing to the Minister of Agriculture to introduce and support irrigation activities in your constituency. Is that maybe the biggest need that is in your constituency, and what else?
The biggest need as of now is food. There's an acute hunger in Balaka West. So the biggest problem that we have is hunger. And that's why I was requesting to the minister that he should look into it, that irrigation farming takes place in my area. Like what people need are farm equipment and farm tools, farm inputs, like fertilizer or maize seed, so that they can grow crops. We have Shire River passing through my constituency, so I feel the people can utilize that to cultivate maybe twice a year, and it can create jobs for the people. And on top of that, the food supply will be at least available in the constituency. You know, Teresa, we have irrigation schemes that are established already. So we just need help. Yeah. And apart from that, the other need that is really crucial is a hospital. Yeah, we need a health center. The only government hospital we have is in Balaka town. And it's very far from the villagers. They have to travel, let's say, 45 kilometers to the Balaka hospital. The nearest one is, we can say, 25 kilometers away, which is a CHAM hospital, and people have to pay.
Yeah.
And looking at the villagers, it's really tough. So the other need is a health center in my area.
So being an independent MP, you have all these needs for your constituency. How is it with working with the government? Is it easy as an independent MP to advance for the needs of your constituency?
It is easy. I'm saying it is easy because of the decentralization program. You know, resources are channeled to the district councils, and it's at the district council level that you decide what should be done. So it's easy. Yeah,
Right.
I can just remind the minister or whoever is there that there is this need, but whatever comes has to be channeled through the district council. So it's easy.
So
Yeah.
there's also been talk. First of all, let me say that, well, congratulations, you are one of the few female MPs who made it to Parliament this time around. And we had a challenge in the past election. Many female MPs did not make it to Parliament. As now a female MP, how are you finding it? Do you think there are any differences between a male MP and a female MP in terms of your operations? Is it challenging because you are a female MP?
Teresa, it is challenging. What I have observed is that people expect more from a female MP. Yeah, they demand more. I think it's the motherly thing. Yeah, what people like, how they come to us, it's a bit different how they approach our male MPs. So, yeah, that's a challenge.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be probably more challenging for you because you are living in the village, right? You're living in the village amongst your constituents. Talk to me about your life in the village amongst your constituents. You have to provide almost everything, right?
Exactly. That's the biggest challenge of being an MP and living in the village. People come like around 4 a.m. in the morning. They start coming as early as that, and they keep on coming throughout the day asking for assistance. I've been stressing through the chiefs, through NGOs, that they should at least teach the people that that's not an MP's job.
Right.
An MP's job is to at least help in developing the community, something that each and everyone will benefit, not individually. But we are far away to go. We are still very far away to go because the people don't understand. When they see an MP, they feel all their problems are solved. So they come like asking for school fees, or like to go to the hospital, asking for money to pay at the hospital, asking for food. So many things. There were funeral. They rely on you to help them with coffin, food at the funeral. Yeah, so it's a bit challenging, but I'm used, and I will not get out of the place. I will still be in the village with the people because I feel it's a calling. I say there must be a reason why this happened at this particular time. So I accepted it and I move on.
So do you help these individuals who come to you directly? I need money, my child can't go to school, or I need transport to the hospital, or money to pay at the CHAM hospital. How do you help these people with all the money that is required?
It's tough, but I do what I can. For information, I always tell the people that the salary that I get as an MP, I don't use it. I've never used it. It goes straight to the people. And as of now, it's really difficult that whatever little business I do, that also is going into assisting the people. It's pathetic, Teresa. When the people come, you see that this person is really in need. Like a sick child, you can't just let go.
Mm-hmm.
And with this hunger problem, you can't just let go. You try as much as you can to help whatever you have. So that's how I do it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about your life in the village now. You lived in State House, so you brushed shoulders with people, high-ranking officials in government or internationally. You dined with the rich. Now you're living amongst the poor. You're eating probably with the poor, sharing what you have with the poor. How do you find it? How are you managing, having experienced some good life sometime?
It's not difficult. When I was brushing my shoulders with the rich, I accepted it that this is a door that God has opened for me, and He has a reason why I must be here. So I performed to my capabilities, whatever I could, I did it. And now I also say God has a reason for me to be found where I am. So I have to do my best where I am. I was happy then. I am most happy now.
Even when you sometimes have to ride a kabaza to go to somewhere, some place in the village.
Yes, it's fun. I feel that's normal. I feel that's normal life. To me, I feel it's normal. When I was up there, I said I accepted it, that it was God who put me there for me to perform whatever chore that was assigned to me. But now, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I can tell you, Teresa, that during that time, I could tell the media, those who were close to me, not to focus me with the camera, because it's hard for me to hide my feelings. I'm open, and I'm an open person. When something has annoyed me, I'll say it. When I'm happy with something, it will show. I will say it. Everybody will see that, oh, something is wrong, oh, something is good. So I just want to be me, and now that's when I'm me, and I'm very happy.
So how did you decide when you were moving from Blantyre after your divorce to go back to the village? Why didn't you decide just to stay someplace in Blantyre or someplace in town?
I wanted to be with my mom. Yeah. She was the most important person in my life. Yeah. It was very easy for me to adapt the village life because of her. I'm saying like in the past, because she passed away. So I decided to be there because of my mom.
So when people see you on a kabaza, on a taxi, on a bicycle taxi, is it normal for them?
No one is even surprised. It's just normal. No one has even raised a question or like startled that, who, she's on kabaza. No, they just wave hi. It's just normal.
And you don't receive any special recognition or respect in the society?
No, because we are just one. We are just one. Even when I go to a funeral, some people don't even know that I'm there. because I just mingle with the women, sit down, or we cook, whatever. The normal life in the village. That's how I lead. Yeah.
So tell me, when you're not at Parliament, your day in the village, describe it for me. How does it start and how does it end?
I start my day, of course, when I wake up, I pray in the morning. That's around 6. It's always around 6. And I exercise. I run, not in the house, in the village. The pathways in the village. I run and walk. It takes me about an hour. I go and back. That's about an hour. Then I bath, have my breakfast. Then I meet people. As I told you that people start coming as early as 4 a.m. So I attend to people. Then lunch hour. I rest, attend to people. Yeah, that's it. If there is something in the village happening, we do it. In the village bank, you heard about, yeah, yes. I'm a member of the village bank. I started when I arrived in the village, yeah, just to encourage the women, yeah, to at least have something to do.
Right.
Yeah, so we do all that. I have a farm. I go supervise. Yeah. I cook myself. I don't like eating food that has been cooked by someone else. No, I'm not comfortable. I want my personal touch in there, so I cook myself.
Is that just because at some point in your life someone was always cooking for you and you want now to take control of it?
No, not that. Even when I was in Sanjiga, I was cooking myself.
Really?
Yes, I had my own kitchen. I was cooking myself.
Just for you or for both you and your husband?
Me and my husband. And he was looking forward. Every time he was looking forward. Lunch, mostly lunch, was made by the men who are working there. But supper, I always took charge. I made supper. So he was looking forward to eat supper. And he would eat maybe just little lunch, saying, "Oh, I'm waiting for supper." Yeah. So I like making food for myself.
Okay, interesting. So now, I know as in your capacity as a lawmaker, we have talked about what you're doing in your constituency. But beyond that, I do know that you secured a donation from outside this country to help the disadvantaged or those with disabilities. Talk to me about that. Beyond being a lawmaker, would you also want to serve your country, maybe in a different way, more than what you're doing right now?
I'm always happy when I'm helping somebody who is less able in some way or another. I got that donation when I went to UK to attend to my last child's graduation. Yeah, so I said, oh, I can use this chance to do other things. Then I started Googling. I Googled specifically for disabled people. I wanted wheelchairs. Yeah, then I got someone. And I left it to my daughter, who proceeded and did everything. There we are, we received the donation.
And you donated it not only to beneficiaries in Balaga district, but even beyond that, right?
That's what I intend to do. I haven't yet delivered it to Kajere because I want to deliver some items to Kajere as well. I donated to Sue Rider because most of the items that came are for physiotherapy. Yes, the wheelchairs are there, but physiotherapy machines. And they were very grateful. They said, It had made their job easier because some of the things they just read on, like in paper, but they cannot afford to buy the equipment. So they were very grateful. The thing is, at our hospital, Balaga Hospital, there is no physiotherapist. They send the patients who need physiotherapy to Surida. So that's why I donated a lot of equipment to Surida. And the interesting thing is that it's not only Balaga that uses Surida.
Right.
Yeah, other districts also use Surida, so they will benefit as well.
So should I say you are most passionate about, for example, helping those that are disabled, or what other areas are you most passionate about in terms of saving your country?
It's not only the disabled, but those, the less privileged. Yeah. Yeah, the elderly, the orphans. Yeah, those people, they come first in my heart.
Right.
Yeah, because they are vulnerable. Others are able to do jobs, to do whatever they can to sustain themselves, but these ones are vulnerable, so I'm happy when I reach out to them.
You're probably, I would say, someone that women in the country would look up to in terms of how they would want to lead their lives, or now that you are among some female lawmakers in parliament, talk to me about encouraging one another in parliament, however hard it may be for female MPs. Do you talk to each other in terms of your experiences?
We do a lot, and it's one-to-one, and it's personal. Yeah, when somebody is going through something, yeah, we talk, encourage one another.
We are going towards the end of the program, but I wanted us to talk about something that most people would want to talk to you about, but maybe they don't have the opportunity to. And that is, one, your life in State House, which I've briefly talked about, and then moving away from that. Was it hard? At that time, everyone knew Chanel, everyone knew Dr. Bakire Mulusi. You were once a first citizen couple. Was it hard to go through the divorce at that status that you had?
No, not at all. It wasn't. It wasn't hard. Yeah.
Weren't you scared or concerned with the interest that came about because of the status of the two of you?
No, Teresa, no. The thing is, there is a saying in Chichewa that I always say, that muntu kuntuluka, that when you want to do something and you feel it with passion in your heart, don't even care, don't even bother thinking of what others are going to say, because you remain stuck. You will not move forward. You can be unhappy wherever you are, and you are scared of people, of what they are going to say. You die where you are. So when you have something and you know between you and God it's right, go for it, do it. Yeah. As for me, I just stand for the truth, whatever it is, whether it will hurt somebody, as long as it's the truth, I don't compromise. So I don't care what anyone out there will say, as long as what I'm doing is the truth and just. That's it. Yeah.
You and the former president have children together.
Yes, we have 5.
Do you still talk to each other?
We do a lot. Yes.
And do certain things as family, because you have children together? Do you do certain things together, even though you're divorced?
Like what?
Like sharing responsibilities. There's this, for example, you talked about just attending the graduation of your child in the UK. So, for example, would you talk about who is going to go there between you and me, or should we go together? Something like that. Would you still talk about things that concern your children?
That's the bridge that has kept us together, like to talk, the kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always communicate. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And having gone through that experience in your life, a divorce, to one individual who once led this country at some point, did that make you give up on love itself? Would you consider getting married again or falling in love again?
You make me laugh. That's a difficult question. It's not that I can say I gave up, but I'm contented the way I am. Very contented and very happy. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that means being alone?
Yes.
And so probably that means you don't want to ever get married again.
I don't think so.
Right.
No, no, it has never crossed my mind that I can get married again.
Yeah.
No. I'm happy the way I am.
Interesting.
Very happy.
And maybe finally, when you divorced, you left even the religion that your husband goes to, and you went, you went back to the Catholic Church. Mm-hmm. And you are now active to the extent that sometimes you have your own radio programs on Radio Maria, which is one of the Catholic radio stations in the country. Talk to me about that decision, going back to the Catholic Church and being even more active, right, when at some point you were a Muslim.
I joined my ex-husband, to his religion because that's what is expected in our culture. Most women follow their husband. So I respected him and I followed him, and I was happy to do that, and I liked it, and I was communicating with God the same way I'm doing now. You say I went back to Catholic Church. Yes, I did. It's because I was among my relatives who are all Catholic. So I found it easier just to mingle in. Yeah, and I'm happy. Again, I have a program, as you have said, Woera Walero. Yeah, I enjoy doing it. Yeah, but religion, to me, I feel it's in the heart. Yeah, it's not these type of religions that we go to that will make somebody like go to heaven or whatever. No, it's you and your God. So it's okay. I was praying then, I'm praying now.
Honorable Zimbi, thank you so much for being with us today.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.